religion myself. And all of us need to wake up to it before it's too late. But I ask you about the nuns for another reason, because I'm now going to ask you about something else. Who are the best men in your church? You said the priest. I said, who's better than the priest? Archpriest. Than the bishop. Than the cardinal. Than the pope. And nobody better than the pope on earth, is there? That's right. The fine decree can come right straight from the pope's office anytime. Is that true or false? Yes. I said, okay. By the way, while we're at it, can nuns get married? No. Okay. Can the priests get married? No. Bishops? Pope? Anybody? No way. I see. So they can't have any kids? Of course not. So they can't have any grandkids. What's your point? Can't have nieces. Can't have nephews. Not from their own marriage. Only from their own sisters or brothers. Isn't that right? I'm going to ask you a question. Why is it that millions of people that serve in your religion have to be celibate their whole entire life, or they're considered to be sinners going to hell? Do you have any idea what that will do to a person? I asked that question before it ever happened, okay? I'm not trying to be cute. I'm telling you that's recorded because I had a tape about it right after it in Florida. I didn't know this was going to come out. But I'm saying that, do you realize the damage you've done to somebody? You have put a partition between them and reality. Your religion has set up a covering away from being a human being. You cannot have normal urges. You cannot procreate. You cannot do what you were put on this earth to do. And what's bothering me is because you are asking me about why my religion is doing something when what you got in your own eye is a much bigger log than the speck that you think you're seeing in mine. Both religions use this terminology, by the way. Both of them ask the question. Islam and Christianity ask the question, why do you look to the speck in your neighbor's eye when you can't see the log or the tree in your own? And by the way, we don't think that there's anything wrong with women being covered up. Some women cover their faces, some don't. This is according to how they understand the verses in the Quran. We'll come to that now. There are two verses in the Quran, chapter 24, verse 31, and chapter 33, verse 59. That's where they're located. If you just want to do it academically, there they are. But if you want to have understanding, I'm going to advise you to consider something that it says in verse 31 of Surah An-Nur 24. It says, oh, tell the believing women to lower their gaze, to guard their private parts, and when they go out in the public that they wear the khimar over the behind, meaning that they draw their veils down all the way down over their chest. That's why some women understand that to cover the face as well, because of the way the verse is in the Quran. Others understand that they can show their face. For me, I can care less. They're doing their best. That's all that counts, isn't it? But what's this? The verse before it makes it clear what it's all about. Because in verse 30 of chapter 24, it says, tell the believing men to lower their gaze, to guard their private parts. Yeah, and it gives them a little bit of a lecture there about what modesty is and how they're to behave, and that this is a part of our religion. It's telling them very clear how to look at things. Then, after the men have been warned, it's saying to the women, and by the way, they're probably not going to do what they're supposed to do, so we need you to do this. It's also mentioned when you go to chapter 33, Al-Hisab, the Confederates is the name of it in English, and you look at it, it's a lot more clear when you use that context, because it says to tell her when she goes out or abroad or away from her house, meaning that she's out to the market, that she goes to the train station, something like that, then she needs to pull something over her in a baya or a bigger covering to cover all the way down, make sure. This is like a little bit stronger reference to the same subject. And look what it's telling her. That you'll be recognized as a believer. I want to go back to where I started, and then I'm going to get off of it. What I started out by telling you was something simple. That's in my eyes. What I said was that the religions before us had the same thing. The Jews, follow the picture. How did the Jews dress at the time of Jesus? The Christians, Catholics, Orthodox, Coptics, the Coptic Christian women in Egypt still wear the exact same. You can't tell them apart from the Muslims over there. I've been there. Want to see the pictures? I took a lot of pictures. I took a lot of film while I was there. Because I know people will say, I don't believe you. Well, good. But then maybe you're going to say, well, maybe you doctored the pictures up. You know, kind of like they doctored up the pictures of Osama bin Laden. Oh, I don't get into that. Anyway, what I'm saying, we have to think. We have to use our brain. Let's go to the next one. Big question. I promise I'm not going to do that again. I want to give you one on that one so you can get the idea that this is not something oppressing. And by the way, there are Muslim sisters who don't wear the hijab, and we don't consider them non-believers. There are Muslim sisters who even run around wearing clothes maybe you wouldn't even let your daughter wear. We consider it bad, we consider it evil, but we don't consider them a non-believer over that issue. So what influence has Islam on the Western world beginning from the Crusade to present date? That is a big question. That's one place to start. I don't do that. You can email me, and I'll refer you to websites that have big stories on it, though. I'll offer you tapes that I've already done on the subject, because it's a great subject. But to be very candid, that has to be almost like a seminar, because there's a huge amount. I do want to touch on a couple points. I'm sorry. I'm going to touch on a couple things. Who discovered America? Real quick, give me his name. Oh, come on, wake up, guys. You don't have a microphone. I do. Who? That's right. Very good. Get out of here. Who? Textbook. What did the textbook say? Who discovered America? 1492. Sailed the ocean blue. Got here in October, but he didn't land in America. Why? Because it's October. His travel agent got him a good deal in the Bahamas. Sorry, couldn't resist it. Sorry. Okay. Who was his navigator? Uh-oh. Well, you saw the thing. In fact, let me share something with you. There's a place in Hawaii that clearly had Arabs there for a long, long time. Muslims. They used to call all Muslims Arabs. And it's okay by us. Why? Because our prophet told us, peace be upon him, anybody who speaks the Arabic language is considered an Arab. So it's no big deal. If you want to call me an Arab, go ahead. I don't think I look like one, but it's okay. What I will tell you, though, there's a place on an island in the middle of the Pacific. It became a state. What's the name of it? Is that Hawaii or Hawaii? Hawaii? Thank you. You're welcome. I know. Anyway, so we got that out of the way. What's the capital? Anybody know? Huh? What? Say it again. I just want to hear it real loud. Honolulu. Honolulu. What did I just say in Arabic? What did I just say? Pearls are here. Pearls are here. Pearl Harbor. Pearls are here. Place of pearls. Honolulu. That's Arabic. Whoops. How'd that happen? Coincidence. I got another coincidence for you. In Dr. Ahmed Sakhar's book, he writes about these very things. It's called Face to Face. You got to get the book. It's very interesting. It gives you so many details. This part of it is just one of many great things in his book. Face to Face. He's talking about when the two civilizations meet. And he's saying that in the year 1071, Muslims had already